Welcome back to the Farmer Johnson YouTube channel. It is just about Christmas time here, so before we go on Christmas break, there's a couple things we need to get done. The number one priority on that list is to continue getting the equipment ready for next year. So tag along as we replace wore out, wore down, broken, and even razor thin parts. Real fast, I just wanted to apologize on my last video where I had some cold starts going because I know I didn't have the best angles going, and that really sucked. Maybe you can see there. I know my angles aren't always the best, but we're a farmer first, YouTuber second, maybe YouTuber fourth. I don't know. We're a dad third and a husband second. So maybe we're a husband and dad first. That's probably what we are. We're a husband, dad, farmer, YouTuber. There we go. So, my angles aren't always the best, but we'll try to get this cold start better off for you. Maybe I should have applied the parking brake. I mean, I really don't think it's going to go anywhere. Stop. Whoa. Yeah, we're still moving. Maybe I should. We'll apply the parking brake here. Sucker's about to roll away on me. There we go. Can't go anywhere now. Here, I got this idea to where I want to set the camera up and then walk back outside with all the lights off, and it'll be like one of them real YouTuber shots where they act like they're just walking in the building for the first time, but they really had to go into the building to set the camera up and stuff. So stay here and just pretend you haven't seen me. This is definitely my first time coming in here today. I wonder what we're gonna do. Pretty good YouTuber shot, eh? So if you remember several videos ago, it was during harvest. It was like very end of harvest. My steering wheel wouldn't stay put. It was like just rocking forward and backwards, and that was no fun. I was getting ticked off with it. You guys might remember that. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. But anyways, I am fixing that right now. I'm getting into a little bit bigger of a project than I thought. I thought it was just pulling some shields off, but it turns out it's pulling like 75 screws, the floor mat half up, and a lot more tools than I thought I'd be involved in. But alright, basically what my steering wheel was doing was this part was flexing pretty much freely. Not freely, it still had the cylinder on it, but it was pushed all the way out, and there was no way to like log it back into place like right there. So took the cylinder apart, I think. I don't know how, but alright, how this works is there's a little rod that runs through this right here. This little deal pushes on that rod and the cylinder will come back out. I'm not going to do that right now because I'll have to get back down and put it in a press because this is really strong. I can't push it back together. But this little deal right here is what controls it. So I don't know why it wasn't working in the first place, but I think we got it fixed now. I adjusted this where it was out in the threads, and it seems to be working now, so we're gonna try it out here. This is gonna be the first test run since it's all been back together. So there we go. Ready? I don't know what just happened there. It works perfectly, as you can tell. Alright, so it's after lunchtime now. We are not in the shop currently. It's pretty wet out here where we've been working, loading some stuff up. This is actually where Pavel's been working with the track loader. This is where we cut down that tree the other day and pushed it over with the 963 and the track hoe. But we got two piles that were burn piles, one here that we are gonna load up today. We ain't got much to do, so we just come out here after lunchtime. It is pretty wet, pretty sticky, so hopefully we don't have any trouble with the stump buggy. But since Colby's never really ran the track hoe, I'm gonna make him run the track hoe because you gotta learn at some point in time. And I'm gonna run the stump buggy. I'm a firm believer in everyone needs to learn how to do this, but I don't have this kind of patience. I don't have the kind of patience for this, so let's switch back. Good job. You were doing good when it was a big pile, but this you gotta scrape towards you, not away. So this is a 9240 that I have run all the time, and I don't know, you've probably seen it in my past harvest videos. I always had a warning up on the screen that my tailing speed was low, but I never could find anything going on with it. But got it in the shop here, and it appears we got a keyway and some bearings going out, so that's good. I don't exactly know what we got going on here. What'd it do? Wear a hole in this middle deal, Dad?
Yeah.
At the bottom, so.
Yeah. Zach's fixing it.
So this deal right here gets a hole wore in it, somewhere through here, so.
Zach's fitting us one.
Got a little access door cut here that I'm about to break totally off. Perfect. Little access door. Cut the welds out. And we'll get that new centerpiece put in. And then what are we doing for the vertical auger? Getting a tube bent
Yeah.
and insert.
Yeah, welding it.
So this was the piece that goes in there, and that is the piece. It's getting ready to get welded in there. Fresh. So this is your reclean system in the combine. What goes through the top sieve but does not go through the bottom sieve falls down, gets pushed in this auger right here. It's kind of dark. Let's light it up. This auger feeds it into these blowers. These blowers push it up, send it back up in here into like your rotor cage area, and it recleans it. This is the top blower where the speed sensor sits about right here for it, and that's what's telling me all the time in my cab that my tailing speed's low, even though it's not.
We got trouble here, and the bearings. I think the shaft and bearings wore out.
Yeah. Alright, so got it pulled apart. Good news is the keyway never isn't junk. Bad news is the shaft is what's junk. Got a lot of slop in there. That's probably some of it need new bearings, the whole 9 yards. So that works out awesome. Which if it's going out on this machine, there's a probably pretty solid chance that Brandon's machine needs it too.
So the clutches. Anything else? Tell me. I'll start ordering parts. Anything else?
My shift on the fly never come in.
Shift on the fly.
For my tuner.
Oh.
Why is he? I was serious. That just shows you how good of an operator I am, because this sensor that tells you your tailing speed has been beeping at me for 1.5 years. It's a good operator, dude. So for this, we were waiting on some parts. I think we might go ahead and pull this bottom auger off, the bearing off the bottom auger here on both sides. The reclean, there's bearing here and then one on the other side. The reason we do that, I haven't had any trouble, but the other 9240 had trouble. And it normally seems like with these combines, we try to keep them in pairs. So we got two 9240s. They got about the same amount of wear on them, stuff like that. So normally stuff goes out at the same time. So that is probably something we'll check out just to make sure we're not going to have problems in the field. The clean grain elevator here, we're waiting on a piece of metal for the inside. We'll just weld that into place. Seems to work. We've done it before. You just got to cut a little access deal. Actually, I think both of the 9230s, when we had two 9230s, I think both of them had that. We had done that on, just cut a piece out. It's a lot cheaper than buying the whole daggone elevator just because one little spot's wore out. Another thing we're going to want to check is we'll probably put a torque wrench on our feeder house clutches. It seems like 9240s running the 50-foot heads, we were plugging the feeder house a lot when we shouldn't have. I know you might be saying like, oh, you're running a 50-foot head, you're going to have that. Well, no. They're plugging a lot of times when they shouldn't have, so put the torque wrench on there, make sure that some clutches are good shape and they're not getting weak. I'm guessing they're weak. I didn't realize it, but I had a short in this my back light, beacon light. Got that fixed up, works good. And then up here in the grain tank, vertical auger is out, and this thing is as thin as a pop can. We're getting a piece of metal rolled that is going down in here. Weld it into place. Done it several times. Works out good. You're really not able to weld it all the way down through there, so just weld it around the top where you can without punching through. Cut some little spots in it, weld it into place, and works good. We've done that many times. Many times. Other than that, I don't know. I guess we need a new. Oh yeah, I forgot this. This is the top of our clean grain elevator here. Let me get a flashlight out so you can see. But got new bearings, and it got. I can't show you both with the light. And it got a new sprocket here. Sprocket was junk. It was really wallered out, but the other 9240 that Brandon runs is gonna need that sprocket too. I got a new sprocket at the top and the bottom. So, bottom one's just not on right now. There is the old sprocket. That thing is war. And then I would imagine this feeder house is gonna have to come off this winter, because I'm pretty sure my sprocket in here that runs my feeder house chain, I'm pretty sure it is junk, because my feeder house chain wants to jump all the time. So, like all the time. I fixed it, ran it for 2 days, and it was jumped on a brand new chain. Chain wasn't even stretched, so I'm gonna guess the sprocket back there is junk. Wore out. A thing that also needs done on mine is these spreaders. I really like this style spreader. I think it works really, really well, especially with the 50-foot heads. It really flings the stuff. Leaves a beautiful job. But one thing I don't like is, number one, this style spreader will throw your dust and stuff everywhere. My whole platform up top will just be absolutely covered by the one single day, that's it. So I'm not a fan of that. But there is keyways in here, and they break every now and then. We haven't had problems in several years since we just started replacing them every single year. We'll just drop the spreaders, throw a new keyway in, and it'll all be good. And we don't really seem to have problems in the fall. The only times we really seem to have problems with it is when we don't replace it in the winter. So, number one, junk. I don't know why that's what happened to it, but it's got a crack in it and this whole side's missing, so junk. Number two, keyway is out, and it really looks pretty good, but I already did all the work to take it apart. So, like, you know, we're gonna replace it, but it looks good shape. I don't know why we were breaking these all the time. I wonder if corn stalks are harder on them. I don't know. Alright, we got a new keyway. We got it set in there. Even though it didn't really need replaced, since I got it apart, I'm gonna go ahead and replace it, and I might as well not just do one. The keyways come in packs of 2, so might as well throw the other one in too, you know? That's all he's got to say. Yeah. This is why we were checking these. That break in half. It's supposed to look like this one, but this one wasn't going to last much longer. So, junk. Good thing I'm checking it. After looking at the first one, I was like, why in the world am I checking it? That would be why.